Hello, welcome back to KetaCast number 2. We're off to a good start because I said the name of the podcast correctly, unlike last time. We're joined today by Marcus, the legend, the other half of Ketamince. He's a well-requested guest. Everybody has been wanting him on, even if they haven't commented it yet, but they will. How you doing, Marcus?
Hey guys, I'm doing very well, thank you. Very good.
You did a little interlude on the last time we did an episode as well. I don't know if you remember coming in to taste the carver.
I do, a little guest appearance.
Yes, it was an Easter egg to the future, you could put it.
We were foreshadowing this main event tonight.
This was just a warm-up. So, before we jump into the wheel, which I know you're all desperate and dying to see, I wanted to add in a little bit of a cool rule that we're going to do going forwards. The comments of the last podcast episode are used in the next one's wheel. So we take 3 comments of pretty much what we think are just either funny or interesting topics, and they get added to the wheel. So that way you guys have a way of kind of inputting what gets talked about on the next podcast. Doesn't that sound great?
That's right, guys. You are going to be a part of Ketamince. So get your ideas out there, but don't be too cheeky with it though. There is a line, albeit it's quite hard to draw that line. So we will pick wisely, but yeah, most selected comments will win.
There's also a line for shit topics as well. Like if you said accounting, we're gonna scrap that one real quick. Cool. Well, let's not waste any time. We have a wheel. We have a lot of topics, a lot of interesting ones, a lot of really deep ones on this one. We got like meditation, ayahuasca, some cool stuff. We don't know if we'll hit it. That's the fun of the wheel. Let's just begin.
I'm really excited for this.
And spin the wheel! Oh.
Yes! Wow.
Thanks. What a starter. Wow.
Great start.
I wanted to say more specifically on kinks is where is the point where you're like, that's gross. Everybody has a line. Everyone's lines are different. For example, if someone came and said, can I shit into your face? You'd probably be like, pass the line.
So where do you think I draw in terms of what's kind of normal and what's just like, sort yourself out, you fucking wacko?
Because I had a debate with my partner about sucking toes. I personally don't like sucking toes, but she thought it was crazy. I think it's like, it's one of those ones where it's like, it's weird, but you do you. You know?
Honest, humble opinion. I don't mind a little toe sucking.
Yeah, I've seen you in action, bro. And we're going to put a picture on the screen right now.
I felt like someone was watching me last night, but it wasn't. I thought it was in my head.
No, mate, just out the window.
I see. You left the flash on. I don't know if you realised. So yeah.
I wanted you to know, bro. I was prepping these boys.
Lucky there was lightning, so I didn't fall for it. I don't mind a little toe sucking. You know, I think. You know, when you're getting hot and heavy and you're in the moment, really, how different is a finger to a toe? Like, sucking fingers, that's kind of sexy. It's kind of seductive.
Toes are kind of like a small finger.
It's like another hand. And realistically, you know, a body part's a body part and kind of feels nice. I don't know. Have you really embraced a good toe sucking session yet?
I haven't had my toes sucked too much, so maybe that's where I'm falling short.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's one of those things. Don't knock it till you try it, and you know.
No, I have had my toes sucked once, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Who could it have been?
That's random. Yeah. Vietnam flashback. It was me. I sucked his toes.
Oh, then 2. Okay, so I think toe sucking is pretty
I haven't
normal.
actually answered your question.
Yeah, I was going to say there's definitely much more.
What's a step up from
wild
toe
ones.
sucking? I personally think a step up would be golden showers, like peeing.
I think that's a few steps up.
Really?
You think it goes sucking toes, getting pissed
Oh,
off.
okay. What's the middle ground there?
Middle ground, I think there's some pretty...
Well, like,
I'd say like
what-
stepsister, stepbrother kinks.
Oh, like role playing?
Yeah, role playing. Like, role playing is a difficult one because you got such a broad range. You know, role playing as a cop, it's like that's kind of normal. Role playing is like, I don't know, your son. That's a bit weirder.
So that's in between toes and peeing?
Kind of building out the spectrum here.
I feel you.
I think.
Sorry.
Whoa. We've been hanging out too much. So, I was going to say, this is something that you mentioned the other day, is that it changes as well, depending on how horny you are, how drunk or high you are. Because your bar can go from toe sucking to pissing with just a couple drinks.
100%. And also, I think it's situational, you know? I mean, really, if you're in it and your partner starts getting a little something going, you might go along with it, you know what I mean? You might say, hey,
Sex is a dance.
I'll give
Sometimes
this a
you just
go.
Swing in.
In terms of that sort of role playing, no, I don't draw the line there at all, actually.
I don't think there's any role playing that's too...
Actually,
there's
I think
probably
there
some
is.
that you can get to, yeah.
Like, what's it called? What's it called?
Necrophilia?
That's it. I kept thinking the word narcolepsy, but no, that's when you fall asleep. Yeah,
You don't want to get those confused.
necrophilia. Yeah, but
Yeah,
also
doctor, I'm a necrophiliac. I need
Real-
some help.
realistically though, kink, you know, like I think it's a hit or miss thing. You can't really kink shame. I think some people are into things and some people aren't. I think to judge someone for their kinks is, you know what I mean? Like,
I think you can definitely be put off though. Like, if you're just starting to get to know someone and they're like, I can't have sex unless,
yeah.
I don't know, you're...
I kind of like it though. I like the taboo. I think it doesn't. No matter how freaky it gets, I'm kind of like, hey, I'll try something new.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So
It's pretty hard to push me. I think my limit probably it would get to like poo. I think that is when I'd be like, ooh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that I've gone
You
down
want
the
a
pee
little bit
realm
of
yet.
piss?
I haven't gone down that realm yet.
Yeah, it's
But
it's a interesting
that's a lot
realm
less.
to go to.
It's a lot less scary to me than getting shat on. Like I just think shitting. It's just so dehumanizing. It's like I don't know. I could not imagine.
Not really a sexual thing, at least to me. But, I mean, you never understand other people's kinks.
And you know what they say? There's a kink for everything, right? Like there's some people that are really into.
Elbows?
No, I wasn't even going to say. I was going to say technology. There's people
Oh,
that
like AI sex.
No, like a
Like
TV or like
Just
a
whipping out a iPhone,
a Game
scrolling
Boy.
some reels while you're fucking.
like literally technology. That's a kink. Actually, let's get someone. Let's get
Let's get
our
like 5
help bot.
strangest kinks.
5. No, like I just want to look this up. Name of kink for technology.
We'll pull this name and then we'll jump onto the next one. Otherwise, we'll
Technosexuality.
Techno. That kind of sounds cool.
A
as
sexual
well.
attraction to machines, robots, and androids.
Sounds like a band name.
Technosexuality.
Yeah, bro. I'm just going off to see Technosexuality. They're about to drop a main gig.
I'd go to that show.
I'd go to it as well.
Like a BDSM type rave or something.
And they just got
into that.
computer screens everywhere.
So have we agreed? Poo pee.
I
that's
agree. Pooing is pissing is like maybe in 10 years when things are getting stale. But I'm definitely giving it some time.
Yeah. I feel ya. You're working your way up to it.
Exactly. And it happens as you get older, you get kinkier. And spin the wheel. Nice. I was hoping we'd get this one actually. So,
Very good topic.
meditation is a really cool thing. I think what you believe in, whether it's religiously or whatever, it always incorporates a little bit of meditation. Like, it is just a human practice that spans across all beliefs and all lifestyles.
100%.
I only really started meditating about 5 or 6 months ago. when you introduced me to it.
Mm.
And I can say for myself that it definitely kind of helps you get a bigger grasp on your subconscious, where you can kind of notice things about yourself that you had no idea. You can kind of get insights from almost an objective view, and it can also help you kind of ground your emotions, your thoughts, your everything. I'm a big advocate, and I know you are as well. What's your kind of thoughts around it?
I agree with everything you said. I'm quite passionate about meditation. I think it's quite an essential tool for people just to tap into in general. I think for so many reasons. There's so many reasons why someone might choose to meditate, and there's so many benefits you can get out of it. But the cool thing about meditation is it's not necessarily always sitting down and closing your eyes and breathing. There's so many avenues in life that can really provide quite similar benefits. Some people say even reading is a form of meditation. Some people say, any sort of state where you're in a flow state and you're, tapping into, I guess, such a deep presence that the outside world kind of drowns out. And why I like meditation is because I can just do it at any time of day, and really helps me with so many things like.
Well, you were saying that because you're a relatively ADHD-ish person.
Yeah.
But meditation was kind of what helped you kind of focus all of that into a single point.
100%. And it's also a bit of a self-therapy as well. I think part of ADHD is a lot of overthinking, and a lot of it can be quite clouded and foggy trying to process many different things going on at once. And meditation kind of gives me the opportunity to really slow down and process and work through many things. It's like quite an essential de-stressor for me.
I can say it's not even just limited to ADHD people.
Definitely not. No.
Everybody gets a bit of like noise and fuzziness. You notice it most when you're a bit tired, right?
100%.
Like you're just a bit scatterbrained. You're like, why did I just put the salt in the fridge?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's kind of like the fuzziness that you can kind of hone in when you meditate and kind of direct it to a single point.
Exactly. I think another really cool thing about meditation, it makes you a less reactive person, and not just to your outside world, but to your internal world. I think meditation, you're creating all these gaps in your mind and your thought process, and the tool itself is learning to prolong these gaps for longer and longer, and taking that with you into your everyday conscious life. And I think if you constantly have space in your mind to process something before you, I guess, absorb something, whether that's somebody cuts you off in traffic, or your boss has just been a dick to you and given you some bad news, or generally anything life throws at you. If you have more of a chance to respond to it rather than take it on full-fledged straight away and react out of an emotion or out of a stressful state, can really, really improve quality of life. So that's another big thing I think is so beautiful at meditation. And I honestly wish that it was taught more in schools and to kids and stuff. And, imagine if in class, the kids with ADHD or autism or things like that who struggle to sit down and sort of be in school, me being one of them, if we were motivated and encouraged in a really healthy way to sit down and meditate for 5 minutes before the class started, guarantee you, just the quality of school and learning would improve so much,
I think as well is a lot of it is control and processing your emotions as well. And the reason a lot of people, when they're older, they become, domestic violence people, domestic abusers, or like kind of just off the rails people, is they can't control their emotions.
Yeah,
and they're
not
never
regulated.
taught that because it's not a subject in school, and a lot of the times you don't have good parents to kind of lead you on how to do that.
Exactly, and
so it just
therapy is
becomes
expensive,
a weapon that they just lash out at everyone around them.
Exactly.
Before we do jump on to the next topic, this is a little subsection of meditation, but Harpe is a thing that you have introduced me to as well. Do you want to kind of cover how that links in with meditation and what it's good for, where it's from?
Definitely, I'd love to. So Harpe is basically a ceremonial tobacco that was really popular in South American cultures, and it's the way it's formulated is quite different to tobacco that is smoked, cigarette tobacco and things like that. It's actually a refined, ground up tobacco, the pure plant that's made over a sacred fire. There's a massive process that goes into it for days on end, and basically it's actually inhaled through your nose through a tool called a curape, which is a sort of V-like shape that you use to administer. Thank you. But moving past all of that processing stuff, harpe is really beautiful for adding into your meditation practices. And I was lucky enough to find it over the last year, and I was starting to use it every single day. It's really amazing to know, actually, to even understand how the plant that's considered so toxic and so demonized, when actually curated in the right way, can be a really beautiful teacher and healing thing. And why I really like harpe is because it instantly drops you into your heart space, it drops you into your body. It's an extremely grounding, heart-opening thing, and it can kind of instantly speed up the meditation process till you come to this beautiful place and open you up to all sorts of things. And depending on why you're meditating, if you're just getting into the journey, or if you've been meditating for years, it's a really, really beautiful thing. And I'd recommend if you know someone who can get your hands on it, trying it out. Depending on your spiritual beliefs as well and what you're about when you meditate. I personally believe that harpe opens you up more to a deeper connection to spirit and your soul, and it really allows wisdom from within to come forward. So yeah, that's my views on harpe.
Does put really well. Yeah, and I can agree as well. I've had it a few times with you, and yeah, it just kind of gives you that extra grounding and connection with yourself, I've found. All right. I love that we went from kinks straight into meditation.
I know, what the hell is coming next?
That's the thing with this podcast, it just jumps all over the place. You don't know what's coming next.
Here we go.
And it is...
Go. Oh no! Fuck everything I said about harpe. Let's fucking drink some ethanol, baby.
I was actually hoping we wouldn't get this.
That's a hillbilly harpe right there.
So, I don't know if you saw the Ketamince video. Plug, it will be in the description. But I bought some 95% grade ethanol. It's food grade, so we won't die, but it will kill our throat. To create the kava with. And now I've bunned off the kava, so I've just got this half bottle of 95% ethanol lying
And
around.
what better way to put it to use than drinking it for you guys to see?
All right. I'm going to quickly prepare it. You should share something interesting.
There's this really amazing story that my dad used to tell me as a kid. It's called The Three Wells, actually. It really moved me and inspired me growing up and, learning to be an independent person and the wisdom I learned from it. The story goes, well.
I will be delayed because I'm taking a piss right now.
And that's basically it. That's the story. You can take what you want from it. It's more of a symbolic thing, Got to read between the lines to sort of uncover the deep truths there. But I'm going to leave that with you guys and to process that for a while, maybe over some meditation. But yeah, drink with some ethanol. Or maybe I'm not. I am. I'm keen. Oh wow.
I lied. It is not 95, it's 96. we are going to get a chaser as well because it will literally kill us. We're swapped.
Should the wheelmaster go back to his
My wheelchair.
Yeah. You're gonna need one after this, far out.
Yeah. Oh, they like baby proof it.
Oh,
Because
it's good
can
to
kill
me.
babies.
Yeah, I was just in the hospital the other day, and I was washing my hands with hospital grade hand sanitizer, and I'm taken right back to that moment.
It's the
Can't
beauty
wait
of
for
it.
that to be
Oh, inside of us.
in my body.
Okay.
So we'll do
So actually make sure you have water with you because it can fuck you up. I'm even going to refill mine. So it's very highly not recommended, but we ain't no bitches.
Just remembering when we had moonshine and how that went down, and I vomited.
That was 60%. Maybe I
That
should get you a container. You might not even get the choice, bro. Oh, nice. Look at this delectable pink bucket or pink bowl that we can vomit into.
Yeah, no, that's what it's for. Not popcorns.
All right. So, because we got the wheel, it's 96% ethanol. We had it wrong.
That's a good shot there.
All right. I might need to borrow that bowl as well.
Yeah,
by
let's
the
keep
way.
it in the middle.
We'll keep a communal bowl.
Yeah.
That way, and if we vomit, I'll go to the
Yeah,
right
yeah,
side. You
and I'll go to the
left.
right side.
The right side as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That's beautiful. All right. What we do for content.
Anything for the viewers.
All right. Cheers, Bolt.
Cheers,
See you on the other
biggies.
side.
See you there.
Oh my god. My breath feels like fire. You
Why?
can feel the heat of it in your stomach. Oh.
I feel like I should not have done that.
Forgot that we have to do a podcast after it as well. Oh, I can feel the fumes in my nose. You've had dinner, right?
I don't. No. Not yet.
Oh,
I'm all good. I'm all good.
Yeah?
I am not going to vote.
Okay.
Kind of hard to talk though. Feel
Yeah.
like it's closed my throat up. Oh.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Let's
Wow.
remove that.
And we're live.
Back in. I like fully checked out of reality for a little bit, not gonna lie.
Quite delicious. Would highly recommend.
Yeah, should we do
Smooth.
another one?
Yeah, that was smooth as.
Fuck no. Alright. This is when we get like the hands down one or some shit. What the fuck?
Dude, I don't know, man. Okay.
Alright. So we've had a few chats about this before.
We have.
This is not the one I wanted to get after doing the ethanol.
No. I don't want to think.
Yeah. Okay. We have to present with a podcast. What is reality? So, obviously, this is all just going to be theory.
Nope.
I burped and then I just felt the burn come out my throat.
Oh.
Yeah. We chatted about this before. So obviously, I think not obviously, but I think we both have the agreement that there's more than just 3 dimensions there are. There's a whole host, I believe, of different things. I don't know if I can go deep into this, to be honest, dude.
Neither. I'm going to try my best, though.
Yeah.
It's not going to be on point from what I believe, but I'll try.
Alright, I've got at least one point that's kind of interesting, and that is the idea that your brain is a tether to a different dimension. That's kind of a common theory, at least from a YouTube video I saw once, on the problem of consciousness. Where people are like, well, what exactly is consciousness? And the idea is that your actual, I guess, processing of consciousness is something that isn't just within the 3D realm.
Yeah.
And that there is actually more of a tether that connects our mind to our soul, anything that is actually our being, and what causes us to observe and see the world.
Definitely. Going off of that, consciousness itself, the age-old saying, they haven't proved consciousness in the brain. Well, what I believe that it's separate to our physical bodies. I think the thing that connects us to our consciousness is I can't even talk right now.
Yeah.
Is that our senses. Holy shit. Okay.
Good?
I'm good.
Alright, let's not
Just got a bit of
lose the throat.
a bit of ethanol in my bad boy. It's very spicy.
I'm also feeling like tipsy already, I'm not gonna lie.
I feel a little bit, but not too bad.
Alright.
Okay, I can get this out. There we go. My throat was just closed up a bit. Oh, okay. So, I think that the consciousness basically is outside of us, but what connects us to it is our 5 senses. So what we see, hear, smell in the physical realm connects us to, oh my god. Dude, the universe doesn't want me to speak these facts right now.
I know, it's trying to guard its secrets.
Literally. Actually, I'm going to go down a different thought path. Near-death experiences. A lot of people talk about when they die and they'll come back to life. They all experience the same thing. And I've actually met people who have had near-death experiences. So this is not just videos I've seen and things I've read online, but literally real experiences I've heard from people, pardon me, where they have an out-of-body experience. That when the body starts to shut down, the heart starts to stop, and you literally die, that they can still perceive they're actually still there. And I've known people that once their heart stops, they're actually outside of their bodies and they are perceiving what's happening around them still. And all have similarities in their stories where they're sort of floating above. I'm floating. My God, hang on 1 second.
But this is kind of the idea that the observer isn't linked to the body.
Correct. And that your consciousness still goes on once the body dies. Which makes me think, well, if something continues on once the body dies, it's not probably linked to our brain, or, you know what I mean? There's no part of our brain that is that part. It's just some form of energy.
The brain is almost like a processor or a tool for it.
And I think I explained this to you once, that like our physical bodies are more of like an antenna, and we work as an antenna tuned into certain frequencies, kind of like a radio station. You can tune a radio station to certain frequencies. You can't see those frequencies, but depending on what setting the radio is on, we'll tap into it and receive that frequency. I think our body and our mind is a little giant antenna, and the thoughts that we have, the feelings we have, the emotions we have, and the perceptions we have, all are ways of tuning that antenna. and you can choose to tune into a higher frequency or a lower frequency, depending on how you choose to respond to your life and what's happening around you. And I think certain things affect that frequency, like how healthy your lifestyle is, what you put in your body. But that's what I believe. So to answer the question, what is reality? I think reality is kind of just like it's kind of a construct of how we're perceiving things. And I think we almost kind of like simulation theory, but not that. But what we choose to perceive creates the reality in front of us. What we choose to think and feel creates the reality in front of us. And there's just so many examples of this in day-to-day life.
I think as well, just to interject, because I remember a cool philosophy saying is that the only like true thing that anybody knows is that they are something that can observe and experience. Everything else, there's theories out there that, you're just one mind floating in space, imagining everything around you. It's very far-fetched, but it's technically can't be proven wrong by anything.
Exactly. We can't prove that this color pink is the same. You're perceiving that the same I'm perceiving it. That could be what my skin looks like to you, and could vice versa. I would have no idea.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
there's
it's
no way of
amazing
proving
that
it.
you kind of have that distinction of your own special perspective on the world. It's something that will always be unique to you across any differences between people, but I don't know. I think it's just cool that everybody has that one single perception that's special to them.
Exactly. And that you can literally choose to control what your perception is of things like that. No one can take that from you. You can always choose every day.
That's a firm belief I have when it comes to life as a whole, is everything that's in your perception you can control. So stuff like when people say, oh, you're going through a honeymoon period. That's my favorite example. If you're in a relationship, that is something that that's something that's perceptive, right? You can decide that, whether you choose to always experience loving this person as if you just met. That's why you see people who are like monks or philosophers who can look at birds all day and it's like they're seeing a bird for the first time. It's because they kind of tap into that and everything's kind of new and special to them in that regard, and because it's something they perceive and they've learned to control it.
Exactly.
Can really turn your life around and make you love every moment.
Exactly.
Alright, let's move on before I start getting too...
I think we could ramble on about that for a long time, but maybe in another episode we can go deeper.
Yeah, honestly, following the theme, we'll probably get some fucked shit now. Oh, yeah, that's some fucked shit. Ketamince. It's kind of a broad random thing. So Ketamince is our YouTube channel, also kind of just the name of us two as a personality, I guess, on the internet or in public or whatever. Not in public yet, no one knows us in public.
No.
But it's who we are. How did we come across that name, and kind of what do we envision? We're at the very start of it, and we've got some traction. I mean, the Ketamince YouTube channel and TikTok have taken off a bit. Hopefully one day KetaCast will as well.
Well, should we go to the first question, who we are, what started it? Well, me and Stephen actually only met
not even a year ago.
Less than a year, between 6 months to a year. We both live in Brisbane, Australia, Brisbane, Queensland, and both renters, and I was on this thing called flatmates.com, and I was looking for a house to live with some cool people and just a place I thought would be a vibe and a good environment to be in. And Stephen actually reached out to me.
I saw his profile, and I heard he liked gigs, DJing, and not partying, but having fun. Doofs, festivals.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck yeah, I was still pretty new to the city. I was like, this sounds like a mad cunt to bring into the flat. I'm keen to host some stuff. It'd be sick to have a DJ. So I reached out to this guy. I'll let you continue.
Reached out to me. Bam, bam, bam. I can't remember what you said, but I remember I was like, fuck yeah, I got a good feeling about this guy.
And then nothing for a month or so.
5 weeks, I said, I was actually just moved into my auntie's house, and I was in training for my new job. Full-time training. I wasn't earning money, so I just said, hey man, I can't even afford to move out right now, but if that room is still available in 5 or 6 weeks. It was 2 months almost.
Yeah, because originally I hit you up because I was thinking like if we found a flat with 2 people, I was keen to like come in with someone who I know I'd get along with.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. I didn't find any good flats. Everyone was like fucking crackheads or just weird people who I didn't want to flat with.
Yeah.
And so I ended up getting my own flat. Somehow in Brisbane, I got the flat really easily.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Being a young adult without even a full flat to move in. But it happened. And then I brought in Thomas, my mate from university, and we had 2 more rooms. So I was like, hey, Marcus, we have a spare room. You should come and join if you're still looking.
And literally, just from that point on, we just fucking hit it off. Like, we instantly became best mates, I feel like, within a week. It was like...
We clicked. Sometimes
Yeah.
when you meet someone, and
Yeah.
it's like you've known them for a while and you're already like mates.
And we had a pretty similar sense of humour, and we struggled to find people that laugh at our jokes. So I think that's kind of what won each other over.
Yeah. Someone
And-
finds me funny.
Yeah, exactly. And then, yeah, eventually we both shared like that when we were younger, we made videos and we loved the idea of making content and being creative, really.
It's a good outlet.
Yeah, and we talked about YouTube, and we talked about TikTok, and one thing led to another, and yeah, we had the idea of creating everything. YouTube channel, TikTok, and
And a podcast.
a podcast, which, you know, we're following pretty loosely at this stage. We're not really having like a
We're
strict...
a quality over quantity
Exactly.
kind of channel.
There's
you
not
know?
a strict regime at this stage.
It won't upload frequently, but when we do, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, and you know, we're not rigid with it. You know, we want to have a sort of channel where it's like, nothing's taken too seriously. We can have funny topics, we can have serious topics, we can have deep topics, we can have sensitive topics.
And we have a passion to stay that way as well. Because
Exactly.
I did a YouTube channel back in the day. It did pretty well, got a decent following, and I kind of felt locked in to a certain kind of video. So with this one, we're saying, fuck it. We do absolutely want your input, and we might even make like a community Reddit or something one day if we get bigger. But this is our vision. And so we want to kind of continue having that balance of dumb shit, funny shit, deep shit, where
'Cause,
we
like,
can just do whatever is us.
An hour of deep philosophical chats, like, I don't know, like, it kind of gets a bit just dragging. But
You have
an
to
hour
commit.
of
You
just...
almost have to focus the whole time.
Yeah, whereas if it's silly, like, I don't know, I think if I was personally listening to a podcast, this is exactly what I'd want to hear. And that's kind of why we've created this. And we love the idea of forming a community where people can input ideas and kind of put use of us, you know, like try and, you know, dig into what we have to say because, yeah, we're pretty weird people.
Pretty strange, definitely.
So, yeah.
And while we're small as well, like, it's kind of a cool chance we can just chat to any comments or anything. And that's why I kind of think it's the best part of when you start a channel.
Definitely.
It's much more personal.
Although, getting onto the name, Ketamince.
How did that idea come about? Because I think it was because I really liked mince.
He loves mince.
Oh, what did you like again?
Well, I'll leave that to the audience to figure out.
Interpretation. Yeah,
Up to interpretation.
Keep it a real mystery. Who
Yeah.
knows what he's meaning?
Yeah, but let's just say the second half of the name definitely connected to Stephen, and the first half of the name.
I think it's a bit of a joint thing as well, though, because you enjoy
I actually
mince,
love mince,
and I
you
like...
love,
going on to the next one.
Yeah.
All right. And how's the alcohol feeling, by the way? Is your throat open again?
It's open, yeah.
Nice.
It gets a little bit spicy and it closes up, but I'm like learning to combat that.
Sometimes I like burp, and it's like, ooh,
Yes.
comes back up. All right. Spin the wheel. Yes. This is fucking sick.
Here we go. Here we go.
Ayahuasca, for those who don't know, is a native plant to South America. believe
Yeah,
South
typically,
America.
it actually has been. It's been found in other parts of the world, but very traditionally and most known from the Amazon jungle.
There you go. It's deeply tied with the culture of South American tribes as well. It is a plant that contains DMT, which is the drug that is released from your own brain when you dream and when you die. And so people use that to kind of connect within themselves to, spirits, if you believe in that. And it's a very life-changing thing. It's a pretty intense experience. I haven't done it yet. I will in a couple months, but we have someone in the room who has.
Yes.
And I would love to hear some of your experience from it.
I'd love to share. Ayahuasca in itself. So it's for those who have no idea, it's actually a brew. It's a shamanic ceremonial brew, or tea you could call it maybe, made from two main plants, a vine and a leaf. Not sure actually what those two specific plants are called, but basically one vine contains the DMT molecule, which, as Stephen was saying, it's actually also known as the spirit molecule, which can, when ingested, create profound, deep, spiritual and enlightening experiences. And the other main plant in the brew contains what's called an MOAI inhibiting properties, which allows the DMT to be absorbed. So they both need each other to work together, which is pretty incredible that this brew is made from actually so many different plants, because it was discovered by accident. Some people believe that the shamans were so connected to nature that the forest spoke to them and taught them how to make this brew, as it's such a beautiful, key healing thing that's part of life and part of the world, almost like a gift from the planet really to us. And I was lucky enough to partake in a ceremony in December last year, right before Christmas. And yeah, it's one of those things that people say it changes your life, and they aren't joking. It was deeply profound and special and magical. It's almost impossible to put into words what you experience, but I found it to be incredibly healing and eye-opening. It took me on a journey. Actually, I should probably explain as well. It is a psychedelic compound, so it induces a psychedelic experience, which is where you will hallucinate quite intensely and sort of more go inside your mind. You sort of lose touch with reality, you lose touch with your senses, all become completely, what's the word for it, I guess, morphed, you lose touch with your body, and you more go into a dreamlike state for hours on end. And you
separate from traditional reality.
Exactly, yeah. And during this journey that you're on, it's almost considered like the spirit of ayahuasca is alive, because you can communicate with it and talk to this separate entity, and sort of be taken on this journey with it to whatever really you want. I went in with intentions of healing certain parts of myself, and uncovering certain parts of myself, and sort of tapping into my true potential and who I really am at my core. You can go in with any intention that you like, mostly around healing.
Is kind of around growth and healing.
Growth,
right?
Yeah, exactly. And during my journey, I saw pretty insane, trippy shit. Not gonna lie, but through all of that, I learned a lot about life and about myself, and kind of a lot of the things that in my day-to-day habits and behaviors and thought processes and things that really held me back in life, and that held me back from true happiness and true self-love and true peace, really. And kind of got to see all these things and get the chance to work on them and to change. It's obviously a very deeply profound spiritual experience, and the ways that it shows you these things is beyond what really the English or any language can really portray. they call it getting well. It's actually, you vomit a lot during the journey, during the ceremony, and as you vomit, you purge out different things, whether it's a belief about yourself or about life or a trauma or energy that's stuck into you. You literally vomit it out as it comes up, and it clears it from your mind, it clears it from your whole vessel. And how that works, I couldn't tell you. I don't know what is happening biologically that creates that, but it definitely works. And I walked out of there feeling the best I'd felt in a really long time, and I'm super grateful that I got to experience it, really.
Especially in like Australia, it's much fewer and far between
Definitely.
having an opportunity like that.
100%.
Like a lot of people can get DMT from the dark web, but it's a different experience when you're actually doing it the
With
right
the shaman, and they're playing the music and you're guided
way. Yeah.
through it. And I honestly think everyone should do it. Obviously there's things that go into the process of doing it, you know. There are,
And it's got to be something that when you're ready to as well. It's not
100%.
something you can kind of do on a whim or just on a Saturday night randomly. It's
exactly. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and I'm really happy that Stephen gets to experience it in a few months. And
yeah, maybe we'll be able to do a podcast episode with ayahuasca in it again.
exactly.
That'll be when we just don't hit it on the wheel at all and the story gets lost.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, thanks for sharing, bro.
No worries.
Truly is an amazing thing from what I've heard, more in depth from your stories as well. Like we could talk about it for probably 3 hours. Like we could do the whole episode.
Definitely, yeah.
Just on
I
that one
am keeping it
experience.
brief, but yeah, just the main theme of it was what I said.
Yeah. All right. Let's say 3 more,
Yeah, yeah.
and then that leaves 5. Wow.
I'm doing good.
Yeah, I have no idea how long we've been going as well. It's always a mystery. With Nush, it felt like we'd gone 20 minutes and it was 40 something. Oh, yes!
Nice.
All right, every guy thinks he can do this. Every man has at one point thought, if I just left society and went into the forest, would it be great? And you always think, yeah, I'll just catch some fish.
Easy.
I'll just build a shelter, a fire, catch some
Make a
rainwater.
spear.
Sorted.
Fight off any predators.
I think 95% of people would die within the first 3 weeks.
I don't.
I
How
think
would
it's a lot
you
harder.
go? I think is the question.
How would I go? Well, I've watched my fair share of primitive technology videos,
Yes.
so I think I would make a bag and shelter. But I think before that, it's got to be water, right? Like find some stream or some source of fresh water that'll at least help you survive the first.
What if there's no fresh water around? What if there's a dirty stream around? How good are you at really making a fire out of
I've
nothing?
seen people do it with sticks. I've never done it myself. Next time we go camping, genuinely going to try and do that. Yeah, if I don't have a flint and steel, I'll probably die. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I like to imagine I could fucking spin the stick until.
All right, let's
fire
put a
done.
hypothetical then. You do have a flint and steel.
All right, boom.
So you have
fire's gone.
fire.
All right, what do I put the water in?
Ooh.
Because you can't boil it in a leaf.
You can't boil it in a leaf. You can't boil it on a rock. That's just going to
No.
slide right off. Well, you're going to have to find clay.
Fortunately, there is a small plane wreckage nearby.
Oh,
I look to my left. It's got what's it called? A portable oven. It's got a pot for the water.
Okay, the power's out though.
That's a good thing. There's a few gas canisters.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. This
So,
guy, I think this guy
so
could live in the wilderness forever.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
I cook it up, have a look around. There's a few tents. Pick a big one, set it up, find a couple deer carcasses in a smoker. Boom, set it up. Water ready, food ready, shelter ready, complete.
All right, well then let me
How
throw
would
this
you do
question
it?
at you. Let me throw this question. Realistically, what do you think the thing that is going to kill you will be? Like, realistically,
I think dehydration.
dehydration?
Yeah.
All right.
What about you?
I feel like mine would be something stupider than that.
Actually, I think it wouldn't. Because I'm next to a muddy river. So I'm going to get to a point where I'm so thirsty, I'm like, fuck it. And I just drink from the water,
Parasites.
and then the parasites come.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a parasite in the Amazon that can swim up your stream of piss.
That's a fish.
A fish, sorry.
It's actually a little fish, and it swims up your stream of piss and hooks into your bladder.
Holy.
It's a little fishy.
That's
Yeah.
mad.
Yes. Who knows?
But yeah, I think one of those fish.
I'm backtracking.
Yeah, I think one of those parasites would get me.
I think personally, parasites. I think realistically, I would give up maybe finding pure water, and then die from vomiting violently all night.
Yeah, not purge kind of vomit.
No, not getting well. This is getting bad. I think in like, say like I did find a metal container and I could boil water, and that would be the thing. I don't know what the next thing would be, like, because I think when I think
would be doable. If you're near a river, it's not actually that hard to make cages that catch fish in one direction.
No, just fucking set up the rocks where it's like they go through and then you block them off. That's what I would do. I'd set up rocks so that like when fish come into this segregated
There's like
area,
they're like, this is a nice calm
this is
bit
sick.
of water. I'm gonna fucking
It's a little
chill
rock
out
pool
here.
for me.
I'm
And I
a
fucking
vibe.
chuck a big boulder down, and I'm fucking got fish in the barrel, baby. I fucking clog them
There you
bitches.
go.
Boom! Boom! I think I could do that for a really long time.
Yeah, I think it wouldn't be too hard.
So then, what, like a predator?
What else can get you?
Like
We're
a
in Australia.
But like, what are the
Maybe a
chances?
snake bite, but like I've been in the bush before.
And I haven't been bitten by a snake. Maybe we would last longer than
Maybe
we think.
we would be alright. Maybe there could be a Ketamince video.
Oh my
Tell
god.
you what, when we hit
100.
500 subscribers, we're almost at 100, dude. 500 subscribers, because we need to plan ahead too.
Okay.
500 subscribers on Ketamince, we'll do a weekend in the bush where we literally walk out. We'll bring some emergency water, but where the goal is not to use them. And we'll survive. Holy.
That was an ethanol fart, I'm telling you.
Bro.
I had to let that out of it.
Thank God we don't have any open flames about. Shit, man.
That's how I'd get a fire started. If I was out in the wilderness, I would not need a flint and steel. All I'd need is a big rock that can make a spark. Anyways. Yeah, you were saying?
I don't even know what to say. Oh yeah, 500 subscribers, we'll go do a weekend in the forest, survival style. Cool.
I back that.
Moving on. Two more to go. Alright, before we go, what would we want? Actually, we don't get to choose. Go.
Yeah. This guy forgot the wheel rules.
Oh, yes. So I found out today, that's radiation mushroom. I found out today that there was a mushroom discovered near Chernobyl. This was in like 1970, by the way. But there was a mushroom found by Chernobyl. I think the ethanol's starting to kick in.
It is a bit, eh?
A mushroom found by Chernobyl that can use radiation as an energy source. So it kind of adapted to its environment because you know what happened at Chernobyl. Big explosion from the nuclear power plant, radiation everywhere, killed a bunch of people, not a good thing. Anyway, this mushroom survived and it adapted and it learned how to take radiation and turn it into energy. And so now NASA is like looking at it and be like, oh, can we use this in space? Because obviously there's a lot of radiation in space. Do you know why it can do this?
No. Please explain.
Well, do you know what melanin is?
Melanin?
It's what makes black people black, white people white.
Yeah.
So these mushrooms just have a shit ton of melanin. So they're like the blackest of black from melanin, which is in a human, which is kind of cool. And they use that to kind of pull in the radiation and be like, boop, boop, beep, boop, turn it into energy.
Holy shit.
So it's actually a very similar process to what we use to protect ourselves from radiation. They just have an elevated level where they can turn it into fuel.
So what you're saying is we need to make sunscreen out of these motherfucking mushrooms.
We'll just get some really...
It'd be like
really...
SPF 3 million.
Exactly.
Holy shit. That's
And
very fascinating.
You'll get energized by it. You'll go out in the sun and you'll be fucking charged up.
I have a feeling that there's potential to innovate something really
That
incredible
could be
out of these
the
mushrooms.
next Carver brew business.
Wait, make
Mushroom cream.
mushroom cream. And we have an off-brand where it's a mushroom cream where if you rub it into your eyes, you have a psychedelic experience.
And you can look at the sun while you do.
Oh,
Who
yes.
would not want to trip out while looking at the sun?
I always want to do it whilst I'm tripping, but I can't.
Because it's bright.
Yeah.
And you'll get fucked up by the radiation.
Holy shit. We're geniuses.
Exactly. Okay, final one. Which
Alright.
is probably good, because that one shot actually
I'm
got me.
fucking...
Yeah, what the fuck, man? We don't need to buy alcohol again, dude. We'll just fucking use this bad
Should
boy.
we just torture ourselves every time before we go out and just drink a shot of
fucking
that?
cry? That would be bad for our stomachs.
Yeah, nah.
Alright. It's been a while. Oh,
Damn
take
it!
it all. This is kind of a lame one, but that's okay. The wheel chooses for us.
I'm just gonna throw my thing out there. Really shitty, stale, like pizza from a kebab shop that's been sitting in the glass, and it's like a shitty pepperoni pizza, and you buy one slice for like $7.50. I'm not gonna lie, I'm always really, really happy when I get one of those.
I'm allergic to gluten.
I'm actually lactose intolerant, but in saying that, I don't know what it is about it. It makes me feel good. It makes me happy. I go home satisfied. I'm not a big kebab guy. I'm not a big HSP guy. McDonald's.
Like something you've cooked up. You get home, you're like pretty drunk, and you're thinking, okay,
What can
I
I make
have
here?
work tomorrow. I need to be not fucked. So you go look in the fridge. What are you happy to
Okay, here
find?
we go.
Boom, fridge open.
Okay, here we go. Potato gems. Just wait. Potato gems. And then, on top of that, meat. I'm talking frozen chicken tenders from the freezer. Cut up. Laid it on the potato gems.
Hold up. Are you gonna unfreeze them, or do you do this all in one go?
They are all... No, they're all cooked individually. The potato gems in the air fryer, then the chicken tenders in the oven. Cut them up, boom. A light sprinkle of grated cheese, preferably Bakewah. It's got to be Bakewah or coon cheese, which has been rebranded.
Sorry, what cheese?
Coon cheese. And no, it's not fucking racist. It was the guy's name who
dunno,
made it.
man.
It's been rebranded to Chia. I think that's silly. That's a different topic for another time. Coon
We'll
cheese.
add that to the wheel for the next cast.
Yeah, honestly, that's a good one. Rebranded
cheese.
names, yeah. Coon cheese on top, barbecue sauce, aioli sauce, and
Like an aioli chow.
maybe a bit of chicken salt. Honestly, okay, I think about I'm drunk. I'm not gonna want to fucking chop up vegetables and chop up onions and
Well,
shit.
I was thinking if you had something like, okay, for me, I'm gonna do this much more simply. Rice, mince on top, microwave that for a little bit, take it out. This is like a really good mince recipe, by the way. It's got onion, garlic, frozen vegetables, that shepherd's pie mix, tomatoes, and chili beans. And it makes a fat mince on top of rice, microwave it, aioli on top, glass of milk, you're set.
Why?
Because it's nutritious, it's tasty, it's healthy, and it's like easy.
Okay.
And it has every nutritional value you need. The mince alone has everything you need except for one vitamin. Or
I'm
one
gonna
thing.
throw a little curveball
And that's
at you.
calcium. And so when you have it with milk as well, you're having everything that you need in your diet. I even asked the doctor this the other day, and he was like, hey, if you're feeling energetic, it's actually a really good meal.
Alright, I'm gonna throw a curveball at you just before we end this podcast. You come home, your housemate has eaten your mince on rice. You don't have mince on rice in the fridge waiting for you. Are you gonna go out of your way to cook up a whole new batch of it?
No,
What are you gonna do?
probably commit assault.
Oh shit.
All right, so I have everything in the world, but nothing prepared. That's what you're saying.
Sure.
Yep. Then it's probably gonna be a chicken nuggets job.
Okay.
To be honest, I'm a very lazy man. I'm just fucking.
That's what I'm saying.
Air
but
frying
the-
that bitch.
Mine is just a more evolved version of that.
Yeah, but you gotta chop the chicken tenders. You gotta fucking fry stuff separately.
It's fucking good though.
Chicken nuggets is just boom, sauce, aioli, a little bit of Italian herbs on top. Actually slaps.
Holy shit.
Yeah, fun fact. And then sorted.
No, I can back that actually. I think 2 great suggestions from both of us.
I can back yours for sure.
Very good.
All right, that's us done. First episode. Wow. I don't know if that was short or whether it was long. My sense of time kind of went out the window after that shot of ethanol.
No idea.
But thank you for watching, and if you made it this far, holy shit,
You're a
fair
fucking
play.
legend.
If you made it this far,
You're a fucking legend.
comment, and if it's within the last couple days, we will do an exclusive video call with you.
Comment, I'm a fucking legend if you made it this far, and we'll fucking call you.
Yep. Only if it's within 5 days of the episode being released, though. Because if we ever do make it, I'm not going to keep that deal up when it's 3 years old.
100%.
Cool. Well, yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys all in the next one.
I can feel it turn, baby.